Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer, and today we are taking a look at the New Orleans class, or as I like to call her, the Baby Galaxy. The New Orleans is a 359er. What does this mean, you ask? Well, this is a ship that appeared at Wolf 359 in the graveyard scene. It was one of the most prominent vessels. In this case, the USS Kyushu. And judging from that registry code, yet again, the Galaxy Development Project rears its ugly head. Or rather, its multifaceted Hydra-esque head, because so many ships from that graveyard are based off the Galaxy class, or were developed into the Galaxy class. The New Orleans in particular was probably a small-scale test variant of the ship that proved so successful they put into production. Now, I know some of you are thinking, that can't be it. That doesn't happen in real life. It does. Quite often, in fact. Although, oftentimes it's scaled up. For example, the infamous F-102 Delta Dagger and F-106 Delta Dart are simply upscaled versions of the XF-92. The more you know. The New Orleans actually looked a little bit different than this when it first appeared in game. As you might guess, this coincided with the usual updating projects that are going on. Of course, given recent events, that means the New Orleans may appear in Star Trek Picard. One can hope. Of course, this is not the default version of the ship. That falls to something uglier. Ew. I mean, I've never been a fan of the Andromeda, but that just... This is far better, even if the nacelles are a little thin. But this ship isn't exactly the size of a galaxy, so they can afford to be a little thin. This is an intelligence ship, at least to a point. Doesn't have the gather intelligence abilities, but it does have what I like to refer to as the tri-beams of death. Tri-focusing death beam, which comes from those pods mounted on top of the ship. The hyper-focusnary trinary arrays. Or the lore thing for them is it's a super sensor system, except it's so destructive that if we use it, it'll end badly for everybody involved. It is an escort. Frankly, I would have preferred this thing to be a frigate. I mean, that is a classification of starship that now exists. Why not use it? Oh boy, this is going to be hard to find. So many ships, so little time. Ah, there she is. The fleet version of the ship, which adds another console. Tactical in this case. It's kind of depressing that I really have nothing to add about this ship. It only appeared in one episode of TNG, and it was a wreck. It's depressing. What I would really like to see, though, is more 359ers. Especially now that the boys at STO no longer have any excuse not to give us a legendary version of the Constellation in the form of the Sagan class. They don't have any excuse now. It's still worth getting, but it's worth getting the bundle for. This comes with 4 other starships, which I will be reviewing separately because, well, it has to be done. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.